Hello and welcome back to Gearhead Geeks, where in this video we are going to run through the entire restoration of this KZ400 from its humble beginnings of me getting it, and it had been painted flat black over all the old rust and all the nasty stuff. I bought the bike because I thought it'd be fun to build a bike that you could just go out and run it through the gears and not have a big issue with going so fast that you're just going to get arrested. But I did want a nice bike, so I found a KZ400, and it was in really rough shape. It was really terrible. It was a KZ400 special, which means it didn't have an electric starter or a tach. And so watch as we go through the whole operation, and it's also in fast motion, so it's not going to waste a bunch of time looking at stuff. We're just going to go through the steps, and then you'll see what it took to get this done. And there's videos on all of this stuff. These are just little short segments of the videos that we've already published. So if you want to see how a certain segment is, we will go on ahead and make it so you can find those. Okay, so enjoy. Nasty looking things, but when we're done, they will be back to their former glory. Okay, there's going to be ball bearings. And we did. just kind of a plastic hammer because it gives a sharper blow. Turn on the choke. So now and that's how we built the KZ400. From start to finish, it was a fun ride. We did get another tack from one of my subscribers who has been so helpful. He gave me an electric starter for this thing, so it is now an electric start bike, and then he had an extra tack. It's off a newer bike, but we just make it work. This is just a nice bike to go out and ride. And so it is ready for prime time now. This thing runs beautifully. It is fun to ride. It's smooth. It does everything it needs to do. And it's just a turnkey operation for someone. It's going to go up for sale. I'm going to put it on Facebook Marketplace. And we will then see what happens. It's going to be a really nice bike for somebody. And the reason I'm selling it is so I can just start on another project. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and we will see you next time.